Hola clase, ¿cómo están? Excelente. And welcome to El Día de los Muertos con Señor Caucao. So you probably notice I'm joining you from my summer house tonight, which is a very spooky place. I'm in the yard over here. All right, so this is an important thing to discuss. We're going to learn about El Día de los Muertos, the Mexican Day of the Dead, which is very, very different from Halloween. They're actually based on similar kind of mythologies about this time of year and the veil between the worlds of the living and dead being very thin indeed. So thin, in fact, that the ancient Aztecs believed that at this time of year, the ancient, our deceased relatives can come back and visit us. Anyway, so usually in America, we typically think about Halloween around this time of year. So we think of things like this. Whew, I know it chills my bones. But in places like Mexico, they see this time of year much more like this. Yeah, it's a party. It's when the our loved ones come back and can be with us, and we celebrate who they were and all that sort of thing. It's a wonderful, beautiful thing, and we'll learn all about it today. So, one thing that we are going to do, because you'll always see things, movies like Coco and The Book of Life, and if you've been to Target lately and places like that, you'll notice that things like this are right next to Halloween decorations because there are more and more Latino people in our country, and they bring their traditions with them. So, to teach you the significance of all these things, even from what we can see here, we have skeletons, we have candles, we have flowers. All of these things have meaning, and if you don't know the meaning, it's not as meaningful to you. Okay? So what we're going to do is I am going to show you a video, and it's a really good video. I like it very much. There are two worksheets that we're going to have to do this with, and I want you to take a screenshot, print it, whatever you want to do. These are posted on Google Classroom because it helps you pay attention to the video and will help you learn so that from now on, when you see things like this decoration here, or even things like at the Mexican restaurant, if you look at like a Cinco de Mayo T-shirt that they make, all the stuff on there, you'll see a lot of these symbols. So anyway, here's what to expect with your worksheet. This worksheet, oh, sorry to blast you after that dark screen. This is one that we're going to answer as we go. Okay, well, you are going to answer as you go. What is the date of El Dia de los Muertos? What do the Mexicans believe death is? Why do the Mexicans put petals on the ground? When the Aztec asked his god to show him a sign, what happened? What purpose do the candles have? What do the skeletons represent? When do the sand sculptures date back to? What is celebrated on November 1st? Name a special food the Mexicans prepare for this celebration. What do the Mexicans build to honor their deceased relatives? Describe the atmosphere of this holiday, and why do they wear costumes? And page 2 is a true or false. Okay, and that's one I think we should do afterwards. So, as the video goes on, answer these questions, and then at the end, I will rejoin you and we will have a look at these. Okay, so anyway, back to me. So, usually I join you from the cornfield, or I guess the hay field. I don't know what I'm in. But today I'm joining you from the spooky house because after all, it is Halloween as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play the video for you, and then afterwards, we'll see what you learned. And here it is.
amigos from Oaxaca, Mexico. I am your host, Mr. Bones. Senor Huesos to you. We have come to celebrate El Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead, for you gringos out there. Originating thousands of years ago, it is still celebrated throughout Mexico. Preparations are just beginning, so let me introduce you to my living friends. They are going to find out what this festival is all about. This is where it all began, with the ancient people of Mexico. They believed that death was just the beginning of the next stage of our beautiful existence. Once a year, we celebrate El Dia de los Muertos and pay tribute to our loved ones who have died. We make many offerings and celebrate with a big fiesta. There's so much to prepare. Let's meet up with Derek and Eatsley now.
Hi, I'm Derek. I'm from Michigan. I came down to Oaxaca, Mexico to learn about the Day of the Dead, and I met this really cool girl named Easley.
My name is Eatsley. I'm from Oaxaca.
What is all of this? Is this for Halloween or what is it?
No, this is Dia de los Muertos. Derek and I, we are just going to the market. We are going to buy all the things for the altar.
La ofrenda.
Hey, we need to buy some flowers.
Las flores.
There is an ancient story by the Aztecs. An Aztec priest asked his god to send a sign that the dead were in the afterlife and would come back and visit. The next day, the land was covered in cempasúchil, marigold flowers, the flower of the dead.
La flor se llama cempasúchil. Simboliza, pues, estamos celebrando los fieles difuntos.
Well, what are the candles for?
The candles, like the path that is guiding the souls that is going to the altar.
Las velas.
Those are called calaveritas.
Calaveritas.
La calavera.
A way that we have to make fun of the dead that can be represented in the skeletons.
Las calacas.
The skeleton is a symbol of life after death. You know, they're dead from us, but they're living a life somewhere out there. They're still doing what makes them happy.
El pan de muerto.
What's the bread for?
The Day of the Dead bread, we call it pan de muertos. That is just bread that is especially made for this occasion and just to offer to the people who have died.
I thought just
wow,
a little piece.
Too much. Just
Seems
a
like the
little
size
piece.
of my head.
Yeah. Wow.
Most of them had little faces on them. It represents, you know, the dead person that they're celebrating.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Hasta luego. We also need to buy some papel picado. Come on. So those are papel picado.
El papel picado.
Soft paper in many different colors just for the altar. You see they have only different shape, like the skeleton, or that is like...
Looks like a casket. I see. It's got a casket and angels on the side.
Yeah, there are angels on the side. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, there's a horse dragging the buggy.
What color?
The yellow one right there. See the horse in the front dragging
yeah.
the skeleton on the buggy? I'm better than this game than you are.
Yeah, I'm seeing. Hey, we need to buy some chocolate
What's the chocolate for?
and some mole. This is mole.
Holy moly.
The mole is a special dish that we have here in Oaxaca.
El mole.
So just you decide how much cocoa you want, and
So
how much sugar.
Build your own chocolate.
Yeah. So you decide how much you want to have inside.
I've never had the option of building my own chocolate, ever.
¿Cuánto? Un cuarto, medio kilo.
It's very, very spicy. It's not like, you know, in America we have the chocolate sweeter, but this is spicy.
Spicy and sweet. Probably at the end you are gonna get used to it. You'll like it. What do you think? Nice.
Do I get some barbecue sauce or something with that?
No, just eat it that way.
Just eat it like that?
Yeah.
Have they been prepared?
¿Podemos probarlo?
El chapulín.
How is it?
I'm
Come
alright.
on, you are brave. You can.
Oh, I'm brave because I eat bugs. I did this when I was little. I just ate a chapulín.
Okay, today at the market we bought so many things for the altar. Candies, we bought some mole, we even bought some chapulines.
When I saw the altar this morning, it was just the skeleton, the flowers, and the art. But you know, I didn't know really about the bread, the chocolate, the candy. I'm still trying to figure out what really the significance behind it, but slowly but surely I'm getting a hold of it.
Back to our story. Here is my ofrenda, and here is a picture of me when I was still alive. Most homes in Mexico have altars just like this to honor their dead. The ofrenda has lots and lots of goodies. Flowers, fruit, and chapulines. Everything we got from the market. Hasta luego!
Derek, I would like to go and see my friend Achilles.
So we just went into Achilles' house and he showed us his altar. Yeah, ofrendas for their loved ones that has passed. The design of the altar had 3 steps to it. One was hell, earth, then heaven. On the top stair, they had their mole, the chili, the glass of water. The petals represent the path. And you let the spirits know where they're going. So they know to stop by. They have all their favorite foods there and all that good stuff.
Go ahead, take it.
So
Just put it.
it's already hot. It's already hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Muy
Just
caliente.
throw it.
Another thing that they had on the altars was copal, which was like an incense.
El copal.
They believed helped raise their prayers up to heaven. Are you guys afraid of death as well?
No,
Oh, no?
alegría,
That's happiness.
es alegría. Por eso el mexicano pues juega con la muerte, le hace poemas a la muerte, inclusive hay hasta canciones para la muerte. Por eso hace las figuras riéndose pues le llaman la Catrina, la pelona, la huesuda.
Muchas gracias.
Para servirles.
Muchas gracias.
It was very nice of them to include me into their offering by letting me lay down petals for the path and to put the plate on top of the altar. Now I'm definitely feeling like I know a little bit more about what it's all about and where they're coming from with all this. Because when I got off the plane yesterday, I had no idea about any of this. And you know, slowly I'm grasping on to what the whole holiday is and where they're coming from and why this makes them so happy.
Whoa, I did not see you there. You know, before the festival, we clean and decorate all the graves to prepare for the arrival of those who have died. For the next 2 nights, we are going to have a big fiesta with all of our dead relatives in the pantheons or cemeteries for you gringos, we want to make it not only beautiful, but fun. Tonight, the fiesta begins! Ahoo! Ay, 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 ay.
Okay, so
What is this?
now we are here at the Panteón General.
The Panti,
Panteón.
El Panteón.
And you see also people is working here.
do they put the ofrendas in here as well?
It's not as big as the ofrenda, but they still have to work on this. Hola, buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
¿Trabajando?
Sí, aquí acomodando las flores.
¿Cuánto tiempo han estado trabajando?
Pues la verdad aquí como ya tiene mucho tiempo, nada más se viene un día antes a lavar y a limpiar.
Is this a relative of theirs?
Sí, es un familiar el que se encuentra aquí.
Mi bisabuela.
The 31st of October was sort of a day of preparation where everyone went to the market to get stuff for the ofrendas, cleaned the graves, started preparing.
La tumba.
Today it's All Saints Day, the day where they celebrate the dead children.
Día de los Angelitos, that we are celebrating the kids when they died in childhood.
Los ángeles vienen el 1 de noviembre. Vienen y juegan con sus perros, vienen y juegan con sus juguetes.
Tapetes de arena were the sand sculptures that they had that blew any sand castle I've ever seen out of the water.
Esta tradición viene desde tiempos prehispánicos. Entonces esto, nuestra cultura siempre ha tenido referencia hacia la muerte, cierto respeto sobre este día en especial de muertos.
On November 2nd is Day of the Dead, the day that we all came for. It's a day to celebrate the dead adults. Right now we're in the graveyard in Oaxaca, and there's probably hundreds of people in here celebrating the loss of their loved ones. It's amazing how they all get together like this and celebrate. It'd just be so hard to get everyone together like this in America because, you know, everyone's too occupied with TV and the internet. It's different. It's a whole lot different than, you know, death in America. They're here celebrating. Right now, a lot of the graves are decorated with flowers, candles. Some of them have toys. You know, some people are around eating dinner, just kind of being there with their loved ones, even though they're not there. It's kind of just, they're sharing a moment with the ones that passed on.
So this is going to be the only time I interrupt you. So the interesting thing is he refers to these as toys. He thinks that they're putting toys on the tombs. But the truth is these are called calaveras, and they're little paper mache figures, and each one of them is representing a relative of theirs. Like this person was a musician, this person did this person did that. Maybe it has a mustache or glasses like the person has. So these are not toys. It's just very interesting that as an outsider, he thinks that they are.
I like all the toys that they have.
Yeah. Hola, buenas noches. ¿Qué haciendo?
Mis abuelas está acá, su familia, su descendencia, sus abuelitos, sus bisabuelos, toda una descendencia está acá. Entre ellos estaban músicos, mi abuelita que era molendera, mi papá que era campesino.
You want me to go there and sing? Go sing.
Okay, let's go and we sing.
I can't sing.
Okay,
no idea.
I
You're
can
going to
teach
sing.
you like. Okay, let's go.
I'm not singing. I don't know the
Okay,
words.
like-
We're gonna
okay, but
watch
I
you-
can
we're
be
gonna watch
telling you the
we're gonna
words.
watch you sing. I dance with the people. Now you gotta sing. This guy's got he has the best grave on the block. He's got his pitcher and his boombox kicking out his favorite jams.
¿No quieren soplarle a la anafre por ahí?
Puedo mirar el cielo, besar tus manos, sentir tu cuerpo, decir tu nombre y las caricias serán la brisa que arriba el fuego de nuestro amor.
Tonight we spent a good part of the night in these graveyards, which is unreal because people are actually having fun in a graveyard. You know, when was the last time you went to the graveyard and had fun and with your friends and family? You know, they're out here selling peanuts, cotton candy. You know, people are drinking beer. I believe the whole spirit of this night is to have fun with your friends and family.
Es nuestra tradición de vestirnos de viejito, de mujer, de diablo, de diferentes disfraces. Y cada año se lleva acá esa tradición. Vamos a las municipales calles como tipo carnaval que le llaman. Vamos a la fiesta a celebrar y nos vamos a pachanguear. La máscara.
It's like a little baby Mardi Gras. We just watched all these crazy teenagers dancing on stilts. I could never do that. Way too uncoordinated. And they're seriously like 4-foot stilts.
Hola.
Dice, o sea, el Día de Muertos es como un tributo que se les brinda a, pues, a personas que ya fallecieron, pues. Lo que la persona se disfraza, el que ya falleció, o sea, quieren
hacer una semejanza.
Una semejanza de lo que fue él.
O sea, la tradición tiene miles de años, o sea, no se ha acabado. Todavía los jóvenes, la gente grande, las señoras tratan de inculcártelo desde niño para que, o sea, lo sigas haciendo por años. No pierdas la tradición más que nada de tus raíces.
It's a whole different world out here.
trajes que se ponen los diablos es por gusto, con el traje más elegante. Por eso les ponen cascabeles para que suenen.
We were just driving down this dirt road and we seen all these people blowing fire, and so off we pulled over and came out, and there was this house party. We were here for like not even 5 minutes, and there's a band, a bunch of people dancing. They gave us, what is this?
Ponche.
Ponche. We got ponche, and then the band quit and it cleared out. There's nobody here in 30 seconds. There they are down there already. Next house. Let's go. Let's go.
And we have to go.
We have to go. We have
follow
to
them.
go. We have to go. Let's
Okay.
go to the next place.
Bye.
Venga a nosotros tu reino, hágase Señor, tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo.
I think Day of the Dead's just, it's a little something for everyone, you know? I definitely believe that the Day of the Dead brings the families and the community closer together, because it's kind of just a joint effort. They're all there for the same reason. They're all having fun. They're all remembering, you know, the ones that have passed on. The Mexicans, they don't fear death. They embrace it. There's a Oaxaca saying that says, we're not here for a long time, we're here for a good time. And that's how you need to live your life.
Goodbye to all my friends. Adios. Until we celebrate again next year, this is Senor Huesos, or Mr. Bones, saying, Hasta luego!
La despedida.
Thank you so much for showing me around this
No,
week.
thank you to you, really.
You know, I would have been lost without you. You know, you showed me around, you explained to me what all this is for, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
I'm glad
All right, goodbye.
All right, so there you go. Hold on, wrong field. There we go. So hopefully you enjoyed that as much as I do. I always enjoy watching that video because videos like that show us what things actually look like at these celebrations, right? Uh, and you know, it's a beautiful tribute. You can see how special and important it is to these people to celebrate the ones that they've loved and lost. And you know, it's a very important thing for them. And couldn't you imagine? Wouldn't it be so cool if we had that as well? You know, in America, if it were that common that on the night of El Dia de los Muertos, you get together and you celebrate and you have parties and you stay up with your family in the cemetery. You know, and again, it's not a scary thing. Everyone's there. It's well lit. Everyone's singing and eating. And I think it's a really cool thing. And I'm privileged to have been able to learn about it and to teach you about it. Okay, now let's go over the sheet just to see what we've learned here. Okay, so what is the date of El Dia de los Muertos? It's actually two dates. The big one, of course, is November the 2nd, which is called El Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. And November 1st, which is number 8, is the day before that. That is the day that they commemorate the lives of children who have passed away. And again, that one can be a little bit more bittersweet. I've seen, you know, because you are talking about a child that has died, which is always a tragedy, but at least it gives the family a chance to remember how wonderful the child was. What do Mexicans believe death is? They believe death is a beginning. It's not an end. It is the next stage of existence, even dating way back to the ancient Aztecs. The same thing. Why do Mexicans put petals on the ground? They make a path. The flower petals of the marigold make a path, and that's why on things like cocoa, you remember when one of the main characters was trying to cheat and come to the land of the living, and he sank down? That was flower petals. That was all marigold petals. Number four, when the Aztec asked his god to show him a sign, what happened? The marigolds appeared, fields of marigolds, the flower of the dead. What purpose do the candles have? To light the path. So you imagine the deceased, their spirits coming back, and everything's dark, but what they can see is the path that you have made for them, and the candles lighting it for them. What do the skeletons represent? Our loved ones who have passed away, and that's why they make them look like those people. When do the sand sculptures date back to? Pre-Columbian times, pre-Hispanic times, back before Columbus came. Even back that far, they were making those beautiful sand sculptures. November 1st, we said, is the day for the children. That's called El Día de los Inocentes, the day of the innocent ones, or El Día de los Angelitos, the day of the little angels. Name a special food the Mexicans prepare for the celebration. Chapulines, the grasshopper. They mentioned mole. Mole again is cocoa and chili pepper, and they mix it together in different proportions and make it as spicy as you please. It's very commonly made into a sauce that's put on chicken. And again, you prepare whatever the person liked. You're leaving that food for their spirit. So if they were really into chicken and rice, you would leave that. It's very common to leave their favorite cigar or playing cards or things like that. What did Mexicans build to honor their deceased relatives? An altar, an offering, an ofrenda. And there are many symbolic things they put on there. Like there's usually a mirror and soap and a photo and food and water, a bunch of things. Describe the atmosphere of the holiday: bright, colorful, fun, festive, celebratory. Why do they wear costumes? To dress up like their dead relatives. Like if their relative was a farmer, they would probably wear like a skull mask or face paint and overalls. And somebody would be like, "Well, who are you dressed as?" And you would say something like, "Oh, this is my Uncle Pepe. This is my Tio Pepe. He was a farmer." Oh, great, right? It's not. It's usually more than just a costume. All right, let's do these, and then we'll be done for today. True or false? Flowers are used to honor the deceased. Yes, in a number of ways. Mexicans celebrate death. Yes, true. A food eaten for this holiday is grasshoppers. True. People buy and eat candy eggs for this holiday. No. This is a very sad time for Mexicans. I would say no. I mean, don't get me wrong. Of course, people do miss these people, right? But again, sad is not the word, especially out of respect for the Mexican culture. They don't view this as a sad thing. Mexicans make sand sculptures to honor the dead. Yes. It's very quiet in the cemeteries on the Day of the Dead. No, there's people there all day. There's people cleaning up the graves, cooking, serving food, playing music. No. Mexicans make altars to honor the dead. True. November 1st honors the deceased adults. False. That is for the children. Flower petals are used to create a pathway for the dead. True. The flower of the dead is the rose. False. It is the marigold. Skeletons are a symbol of life after death. True. Mole is a spicy cheese sauce. No, a spicy chocolate sauce. People sing and dance in the cemetery. True. El Dia de los Muertos is like a little carnival. I would say yes. They sell candy skulls. Yes, especially for kids. Pure happiness is why Mexicans play with death. Yes, they view it as the best there is. Lanterns light the way for the dead. False. Candles. People dress up to imitate the dead when they are alive. True. And copal is burnt during the celebration. True. Copal is incense. If you've never smelled incense, it's kind of like a type of wood that kind of burns and smokes. And I like the way it smells. There are many different kinds. And in many cultures, they believe that the incense carries your prayers up to heaven. All right. Well, I think that went very well. That's today's cultural lesson. And I will see you tomorrow for some more Halloweeny spooky tales and legends. Adios, amigos.